I was just a bit surprised that they could just decide the game like that instead of like giving us a new game, you know, like maybe at the end of the split or something, or that they could find like a solution rather than, you know, just saying, oh, they just won.
Well, Clutch continues its streak of upsetting TSM, or maybe I don't even know if it's an upset anymore. It's the second week of LCS. I'm joined right now by Febiven to talk a little bit about that with coverage presented by OmniSlash. So Febiven, what is up? Why do you guys have TSM's number? It seems like maybe you guys are becoming the TSM kryptonite.
Yeah, it feels like TSM doesn't really do anything against us. They always like have a kind of passive draft, I think, and even if they have an aggressive draft, they don't really punish us, and then we always end up punishing them. I mean, sometimes they did like one game against us, but I don't know, the rest of the games it feels like I'm just free farming, everyone is free farming, and then we eventually get a team fight which we win, and then we slowly just snowball the game. So I don't know, I don't feel threatened by them at all.
Do you feel like you're just catching them on bad days? Like, because the way you describe it makes it sound like this is not the TSM that other people play.
I don't know. I think maybe they just like to play this kind of strategy against us because, like, in the spring split, we were kind of a passive team, and we would always wait until like the enemy would do mistakes, so we would always fall behind. So I guess they're trying to like farm for late game against us and hope we make mistakes, and then they just outscale us. But I don't know. I think they just have the wrong strategy against us, and they're just not aggressive, which is allowing us to win.
Well, let's talk about the rest of everything that's going on. What do you think of the meta? Because you've always been a pretty outspoken dude. I'm kind of curious your take on how things look in the LCS.
You mean about the meta and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a bit different. Like, there's a lot of different champions. Like, Aurelia is really popular now. Zoe is really popular again, more than last split. There's obviously like Vladimir and Swain and all this stuff bottom lane.
Yeah.
But I think it's still kind of the same game, you know? Like, it's the same game, it's just different champions. And I mean, I like it. It's something new, you know? And it creates a lot of, like, it creates more hype for the players to, like, learn the new champions. And also for the audience, I think it's nice, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people see new stuff and then they don't know what to expect. And then, you know, they think it's fun, I think. And then, I mean, it fits us pretty well. We're, like, the guys who always like to try new champions and just be, like, out of the meta. So it fits us pretty well.
You are a player who obviously comes from Europe. There's an interesting thing that's happened where North America seems to be picking marksmen way more frequently than the other regions. I'm curious if you have any idea why it is that we're seeing so much more marksmen in North America than elsewhere.
Well, I think in NA, people don't really play Heimerdinger. Like, I feel like Heimer is being picked a lot.
Yeah.
And also, people are playing a lot of, like, gold funneling strats. And they tend to pick, like, supportive champs with it, like Karma, Tahm Kench, bot lane, even, like, Lulu and stuff. So, yeah, I think EU is a little bit more, creative. Like, with the meta, you know, they, like, have their certain picks which no other region is playing. And NA just sticks what works, I guess. Like, the AD carries are still really good, you know. Yeah. But there's also situations where you can get a good flex pick in your draft and have like 3 and just switch them around, you know. Like Fnatic is doing that. They don't even have an AD carry, and they're just smashing because those champions are actually really good on the bot lane as well, you know. So I think it's just a matter of the people playing it and if they're really good with it, because the other bot lanes they don't have a lot of experience against it either, you know. So I feel like people just haven't figured it out yet.
Do you look at that and want to bring that to Clutch? Like, are you like, hey guys, like, look at what's happening over in Europe. Why isn't anybody doing this in North America? Maybe we could be really good at it.
Yeah, we've tried a lot already, like in scrims, so hasn't been going that well. Okay. But we have been trying to like play the gold funneling strats with like multiple champions, like Master Yi, you know, Lucian, Kai'Sa, and we also try to like put me on bottom lane and then put Apollo on mid lane, you know. But it all comes down to how good we are at the champions and if we're able to play the other lanes, because me playing bot lane is completely different than playing mid lane, right? Because I have to share XP and the gank patterns are really different, and like you play against champions that you never played against or you barely play against, so it's just hard, you know, and we just have to adapt and find the best way for the team.
Are you seeing this in scrims a lot? Do you think that secretly behind the scenes are North American teams trying to do the interesting stuff and they just can't make it work?
I'm pretty sure that teams this week are gonna like show us different stuff. Like we were just the second game, right? When the first game was kind of standard.
Right.
But I think it depends a lot on the bans as well. And usually when there's certain champions open, you can like do the gold funding strat. But I feel like they're banned a lot here. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see new things because we've been practicing against really weird stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I hope this weekend shows us some interesting stuff. Other than that, the last thing I'll just ask about is last week there was that crazy situation where Echo Fox ended up getting awarded a win. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about how Clutch handled that or how you guys feel about it. Was it like a mental hit to you guys? I mean, what was your takeaway from that event?
Yeah, obviously, like in the beginning when it happened, we were a bit I was just confused, surprised a little bit, because the referee told us to go off stage, take your gear, leave the stage, and then Echo Fox asked the referees like, so who won? Did we win? And then they were like, yeah, you won. And they were like, okay, so I guess we lost, right?
Yeah.
And like we didn't have any details about why and stuff, so it was a bit weird. And I've never really seen it happening before,
Yeah.
So I was just a bit surprised that they could just decide the game like that instead of like giving us a new game, like maybe at the end of the split or something, or that they could find like a solution rather than just saying, oh, they just won because of the stats and no team will ever win. I think it's kind of, they have a point, but we have a point too, so it's their decision, I'm fine with it, like whatever, it's one lose, and we would have probably lost anyways, but that's besides the point. But
did the refs come up and explain to you guys afterwards? Because you said they just told you to get off the stage.
No, they didn't explain us anything, so yeah, I think I think it could have been handled way better. Yeah. Like, at least tell us, what's happening, and like explain why, and like, not just get off the stage and you lost. Yeah. Get that type of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans here at the end of the interview?
Yeah, thank you everyone for cheering for us, and we managed to beat TSM once again, so it feels great. And there's a lot of TSM fans who are pretty sad, but yeah, it just sucks for them. Yeah.
Does suck for them. Thank you so much, Febiven, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel.
It's nice seeing that OmniSlash is still written on this microphone, because it means that at least someone's giving Travis money to afford things like food, rent, mainly to keep him off of my couch and out of my life. So please continue to help support him in doing that. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever it is that he needs you to do. Support him.